There is some good news. The surahs are getting shorter. Madudi, our Koranic scholar, tells us,
in the 90th surah, a vast subject has been compressed into a few brief sentences. It is the miracle of the Quran that a complete ideology of life, which could be explained in a thick volume, has been abridged most effectively in a brief sentence.
Let's jump right in. Enough with the pain and punishment. We're about to find the meaning of life.
Quran 90, verse 1. Nay, I swear by this city, and you shall be made free from obligation in this city.
Islam is the most obligatory religion ever concocted. It's the antithesis of being free from obligation. They've got the obligatory prayer, the obligatory Hajj, the obligatory tax, and the obligatory surrender to Mohammad and Islamic authority. Islam itself means submission. And submission means that Muslims are obligated to surrender their freedom. What's more, Mecca was a motley collection of mud huts. It was no more a city than Mohammed was a prophet, or Allah was a god.
Quran 90, verse 3. And the mystic ties of parent and child.
This is getting worse, not better. Mohammed did more to destroy family ties than any religious leader in history. He told Muslims they must love him more than they loved their children. He tore families apart and sent sons off to murder their fathers. But in Islam's defense, another translation renders the verse senseless rather than contradictory.
And by the begetter, and that which he begot. Quran 90, verse 4. Verily we have created man in toil and struggle to be in distress.
Didn't we just read?
In 87, verse 8. And we will make it easy for you to follow the simple path to the state of ease.
Which one is true?
Does he think that no one has power over him? He may say boastfully, wealth I have squandered in abundance.
Well, many are wealthy, and some have squandered. Few have bragged about squandering. So why, if this surah is the secret to life, the great miracle of the Quran, are we wasting our time with this? It's because Big Brother is watching.
Quran 90, verse 7. Does he think that no one sees him? Have we not given him 2 eyes, a tongue, and 2 lips, and pointed out the 2 ways?
Then,
but he has made no haste on the steep path. And what will explain to you the steep path? It is freeing a neck, a slave.
This pegs the hypocrite scale. Mohammed owned slaves. He forced tens of thousands of people into bondage so he could sell them to finance his military conquests. The Quran itself even brags about enslaving Jewish women and children. This odd phraseology is further evidence that Islam's prophet contrived this religion to lay claim to what he coveted, the custodianship of the Kaaba.
Quran 90, verse 14. Give food in a day of hunger to the orphan with claims of relationship, an orphan near of kin, the indigent down in the dust.
Mohammed was that orphan, the rarest of orphans, one with claims of relationship to something valuable. I'm amazed that something this transparent hasn't been exposed and discredited. It's so obvious. Mohammed is saying it as clearly as words allow. My family has squandered the wealth I covet. The path to my heaven lies in satisfying my cravings, giving me, the orphan with claims, everything I desire. 40 surahs, 1 rant. I'll make my family pay for the way they've treated me. Revenge made a religion.
Quran 90, verse 17. Be of those who believe and exhort one another to perseverance and pity. Such are the companions of the right hand.
Islam's prophet was always an exception to his own rules. He pitied no man. He attacked his clan's caravans, attacked their city. He attacked the Jews, expelled them from their homes, confiscated their property, tortured them, sold them into slavery. He murdered many in genocidal rage. Pity.
Quran 90, verse 19. But those who reject our signs, proofs, and verses, they are the unhappy companions of the left hand. Fire will be their awning, vaulting over them.
This is the perfect benediction to the magnificent miracle of the Quran. The tolerant and peace-loving religion of Islam has just said that all non-Muslims are toast. Let's try the next surah, named in honor of
the sun.
They can't all be this bad.
Quran 91, verse 1. I swear by the sun and its brilliance, and by the moon when she follows him.
I'm glad we cleared that up. The sun is a male, and the female moon follows him. What's more, the most common symbols of pagan gods are being used to authenticate Islam's deity.
I swear by the day when it shows up, by the night as it conceals it, drawing a veil over it.
Okay, I give up. What's it?
By the heaven and him who built it, by the earth and him who spread it.
It sounds like it was the earth, but became heaven, and then became the earth again.
By Nafs, who was a person, and him who perfected it, and inspired it with what is wrong for it and right for it. Truly he succeeds that purifies it, and he fails that corrupts it.
According to the Quran, religious success is found in purifying
it.
So why did God neglect to tell us what it is and how we are to go about purifying it once we find it?
Quran 91, verse 11. Thamad rejected their prophet through their inordinate wrongdoing and rebellious pride.
Oh, no, not the dreaded prophet-taunting Talmuds again.
Behold, the most wicked wretch among them broke forth, but the messenger said, Be cautious, it is a she-camel of God, and bar her not from having her drink.
Islam's God and his prophet have an affinity for she-camels.
Quran 91, verse 14. But they rejected him as a false prophet, and they hamstrung her.
The dark spirit of Islam seldom ventures beyond the texts he stole from the Hanifs and the Bible. Yet each attempt is a credibility disaster. The Thamad are about to be obliterated for the heinous crimes of prophet rejection and she-camel abuse. Islam's troubled troubadour wants his critics to know that his God stands ready to obliterate all traces of them, too.
So Allah, on account of their crime, obliterated their traces, doomed them, desolated their dwellings, leveling them to the ground, crushing them for their sin.
Don't be messing with the prophet's she-camel.
Quran 91, verse 15. And for him he does not fear the consequences.
The benediction to this surah provides us with a haunting insight into the mindset of Muslims. The Islamic God and prophet have no conscience. Pulverizing their critics is all in a day's work. 9/11 was just another day at the office.